Jack, it's not pleasant, and a lot of times people come and see us when they're in the middle of a divorce or just post-divorce. There is no research that we could cite effectively that would say that it's not going to do damage to your kids. How do we minimize the amount of damage that your divorce is going to do on your kids?
Probably the first thing is to be honest with your kids. You don't have to be brutally honest about every detail to make the other spouse look bad or make the kid think less of the other parent. But I would say that in this moment, you just have to be honest, because the kid's going to fill the holes in their narrative with something. They're going to make up something, and a lot of times that could be blaming themselves, and we don't want that to happen. And so what you need to do is at least tell your kids, hey, it's not your fault. Me and your mom or me and your dad had issues, and it has nothing to do with you, because if you're not honest about that, they're probably going to blame themselves to some degree.
I don't know how many times parents tell me that their kids don't know something, and the kids come in and they say something like, I know this and I'm also not supposed to, because they are listening and they're picking up on way more than you think. Another thing is, if you're going to try to punish your former spouse by making your child think less of them, be aware of the fact that your kid came from you and your kid came from them. And if a kid starts wondering if there's value in the half of where they came from, it'll mess with their identity. So don't do that, because that does deep, profound damage when you try to pit a kid against one of their parents. If they're mad at you, that's one thing, but if you're pitting them, it's really another.
Yeah, and honestly, it's really immaturity and there's a little insecurity there too, because if you know that you're going to be the person you need to be, the parent you need to be for your child after a divorce, what's the point in slamming your ex-spouse? What's the point in slamming your child's other parent? The only reason you would do that is maybe because you feel like you're not going to be able to live up to the standards that you have for yourself, or maybe there's something going on with you. But it really does show a lack of maturity to slam your ex-spouse when there's no need for that. At this point, it's just about you being the best parent you could be.
I don't know how many people would come into my office and sit on my couch and say, yeah, my kids come second. Because, well, it sounds terrible and that's not the right answer. However, countless people come in and sit on my couch and they tell me that their kids come second because of the actions that they're choosing, because of the way that they're being childish and petty towards their former spouse. If your kids come first, do what you can do to help them go through a hard situation. You are an adult going through a hard situation, but you have some control. They're in the back seat. This is like riding with somebody who's going all over the place and you don't know where they're going or how they're going to get there. Yeah. Help them out by really putting them first, and by really doing things that don't just say, I'm taking care of me and mine. No, we're taking care of us, knowing that we're going to be around each other. This is heavy stuff. Yeah. This is hard stuff. And if you need some help navigating it, give us a call.